gets the try. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
And so, 7 days later, the attention was back on Eden Park with the final. Auckland had won in Durban a fortnight earlier and hoped to draw on that experience to give them the edge here.
Away for Lamu. Now here's a chance on you, Bear. Lamu. Now they've got it. Away for Garvey. Big lock foot prop forward out there. Here's trouble. Lamu will go all the way here. Unless Small can run him down. Teichmann's made a great chase. What a terrific tackle. And Carlos Spencer gets the try. What a thrilling try. Honourable gets into the gap. Now can they make something out of this? You Bear, and he'll go in under the post. That's a super try for Natal. Auckland would have been given a good rack up at half-time by Graham Henry. And Ronnie Clark. That's a Ronnie Clark special. Ball spills out the side. Crunching tackle by Honourable. In the meantime, Charles Rickelman.
Rickelman's try sealing the victory. The Blues were crowned the inaugural Super 12 title winners. The first game of the 1997 season was between the Hurricanes and the Chiefs, and as professional rugby took hold, there were a few innovations.
Robinson waits again. Now Foster. All those great attackers out wide. Chiefs in control. They certainly took a while to get into the game.
It was in this game that the first yellow card was shown in a rugby match, given by referee Colin Hawke to Frank Bunce. It was also in this game that the first proper 10-minute half-time break was taken. And the first tactical substitution saw Dallas Seymour replace Philo Tiatia for the Hurricanes.
Yes, indeed. There he is. Up goes number 7. That's Philo Tiatia, so he's out of the match. And so history is created here. That's the first tactical substitution legally, Murray, we've seen in New Zealand rugby. It's still in the possession of the Chiefs. Bunce.
Oh, overlap here.
Bunce away for Osborne. Outstanding. Glenn Osborne gets it, and it's fully deserved.
Meanwhile, in South Africa, the Free State Cheetahs made their Super 12 debut, having replaced the relegated Western Province, who'd finished lowest out of the South African sides in 1996. They enjoyed an encouraging season, winning 5 out of their 11 games, finishing 7th. The individual performance of the year was by Natal fullback Gavin Lawless. Against the Highlanders in Durban, he scored 50 points, then a record for a Sanzar player in a first-class rugby match.
Thompson with pace, and then the finishing touch as well. Who is it but Gavin Lawless? Lawless again. Well, he's going to get over under the poles because the Otago players are just too tired to chase him. Again, there's been a plenty running off the ball, and that's why there's an overlap. This is a real chance again for Lawless. Will this be try number 4? Nothing's going wrong for Gavin Lawless.
Elsewhere, the Brumbies were emerging as the strongest of the Australian sides. Joe Roff ran in 15 tries in the season, which is still to be beaten.
Joe Roff follows. Tanikita, Joe Roff! Great skills, he must score!
1997 also saw the emergence of another flying back. Christian Cullen thrilled rugby crowds throughout the Southern Hemisphere with his electric performances.
And away comes Christian Cullen. Look how he steps off that left foot. Great step. This is electrifying pace.
The match of the season was arguably between the Blues and the Hurricanes at Eden Park. Both teams had qualified comfortably for the Final Four, and this meant for a thrilling, risk-free rugby match.
Umaga, back to Bishop, they'll probe again. Cullen, big gap here for Cullen. Away to Buller, long try.
Well, the bull makes his mark on Eden Park.
Tanu'u trying to marshal the troops. Away on the blind side. Try. There's an advantage being played here. Away for Fitzpatrick. Zinzan. Spencer. Vindiri. That's another one. Brings it out now for Bishop. O'Halloran, Bishop. Cunningham, free up to Umaga. Umaga, brilliant! Well, the ball came out. The referee has got an advantage, I think. Taken quickly. Michael Jones scores the easiest of tries. Auckland are making their tackles. Preston brings it out again. Now what happened there? There's an advantage here. This is Marker. He's only got big smiley Barrett. There's no one else there. So what are we going to do? Give it away to Umaga. And then he goes again.
The Hurricanes' brave fight back saw them end up only 3 points adrift at the end. The final table saw the Blues again out in front, followed by the Brumbies, and for the second year running, Natal crept into the playoffs in 4th place. The first semi-final was a repeat of the 1996 final.
Michael Jones on the charge, dragged down by Slade. Now Tanu'u fires it out to Spencer, straight out to Vindiri. Vindiri on Zubair. Can he do it, Cullen? He can't do it, Cullen, and Vindiri's off. Sensational try for Joali Vindiri. Kevin Puck goes down. Hacked ahead by Carlos Spencer. Payne going back, not many Natal players there. Ball's all over the place. Stexas is going to Wilson. Whoops. And a try is scored by Carlos Spencer.
Natal staged a spirited fight back, but the Blues ran out winners by 55 points to 36. The second semi-final was in Canberra, with the Brumbies hosting the Hurricanes.
Here goes George Gregan. Joe Roth. Huddy! Gregan! He's there! What a start! Knox. Howard. Knox! Roth! Joe Roth! Try number 2 to the Brumbies!
33-20, the final score. And And so the 1997 final was again held in Auckland. Would home advantage prove as crucial as it had in 1996?
Good position here for the Blues right in centre field. Robin Brooks spins. Sets it for Tanu. Zinzan Brook. Just about, but not quite. Ball is there. Craig Dowds. Tanu. Spencer, referee plays another advantage. They're offside again. Well, Tupper Henning has certainly caught them very flat today, the Brumbies. Advantage, though, still applies. Now it's over. Tonu. Spencer.
Has the ball been killed? I think so. Very effectively done.
Now Gregan gets it away for Howard. Intercept! Michael Jones! And he loves it. Now Gregan pops it away. Rock on the clear. Joe Rock, he's away. This will be try number 15 and Super 12 for Joe Rock.
Roth's try, not enough, and the Blues wrapped up a second title. A fitting finale to Zinzan Brooks' Super 12 career. The 1998 Super 12 season saw South African franchises for the first time rather than club sides qualifying through the Currie Cup. This meant Natal were now the Coastal Sharks. The Gauteng Lions were now the Golden Cats. Northern Transvaal were now the Northern Bulls, and the Cheetahs were replaced by the Western Stormers. The much-fancied Crusaders, full of All Blacks, were surprisingly bottom of the log by the end of March, losing 3 out of their first 4 games. Going into their fixture against the Bulls, they needed a marked improvement. And they got it. This victory proved to be a springboard for them to finally put a good run together.
Well, it's still Crusaders in control. Flynn with all the time in the world, it seems. Mertens looking for Gibson on the outside. He's found him. Gibson scores.
Wayne Smith's team had finally hit their straps, and they won their next 7 matches, scoring over 30 points in all of them. And in Andrew Mertens, they had the form fly half in World Rugby. He contributed 206 points in the 1998 season, which still stands as a record in Super 12 rugby. Also in 1998, there were some colourful kits about. None more so than in the Stormers Highlanders fixture in Cape Town. However, this caused a degree of confusion as players from both sides struggled to pick out their own teammates. And so for the second period, the Highlanders sported their away kit, and immediately they improved.
Flick, long pass, but this is an interception. They'll never catch this man. Jeff Wilson's got terrific pace. The chase coming from James Small, but he's given up now. And what a sad ending then as Jeff Wilson sneaks his way in.
Elsewhere, the Hurricanes became the first team to tour South Africa and leave with all the points, having beaten the Bulls in Pretoria and the Stormers in Cape Town. And so the Crusaders' good run saw them make the top 4 for the first time. The Blues again looked the dominant team, and the Highlanders made the playoffs after finishing bottom the year before. The first semi-final was in Auckland, with the Blues entertaining Tane Randall's Highlanders.
Highlanders. He's challenged by Kronfeld. Kick bounces back. Lomu and Wilson. Tries to fire it. Duggan gets it. Laney trying to run away from Stensness. Oh, it's broken down here. Vinderi chased by Leslie. Leslie won't have the pace. And Joeli Vinderi punishes the Highlanders 3 minutes out from half-time.
Have a look at the defence of Auckland there.
Stanley. Laney. Here's a chance. Randall's going to do it. Tane Randall just on half-time. And that is a big passage of play for the Highlanders.
In the second period, the Highlanders kept up the pressure and were rewarded with this try from Jeff Wilson.
That's a turnover. The referee calling a maul.
Cashmore pleased to be able to boot it away downfield. Stanley is back. He's got Vinderi bearing down on him. Well, here it is for Cashmore.
Disappointment in the end then for the Highlanders. 37-31 it finished. The following day, the second semi-final was held in Christchurch with the Coastal Sharks, the visitors.
And he set it up well, Berryman.
Here goes Meyerhoffler. Matson. They've got players here. Kerr and Daryl Gibson makes it try number 3.
But the Sharks then turned up the heat in the second period. This try from Stefan Terblanche.
Play on.
Big scrum, and here's Putt. Kevin Putt. He got the try okay. It came from a big scrum, and Kevin Putt has got another one for the Coastal Sharks. They go to the backs this time. Mertens. Meyerhoffler delivers for Mertens. It's wide to Kerr. They must score. Lily needs to get round somewhere near the post. Brings it in a wee way. Daryl Lilly.
This kick from Mertens eventually put the game beyond the Sharks. And so the final was again played in Auckland. Could the Crusaders prevent another Super 12 victory for the Blues?
Blues in control of it. Jones delivers up to Carter. Thorne takes him in centre field. Tanu'u pass in front of Spencer. So Stensness has to go back. Look for him to accelerate. Here he goes. Lee Stensness and James Christian comes up with the first try.
Yes, they were waiting, but he set it up and it's still on.
Now it's back for Mertens again. To Marsh. Marsh looks for Lilly. Lilly tips it ahead. Ralph. Brook getting back. Tackled hard. And here's a chance as Maxwell throws it. Maxwell! The long legs of Neil Maxwell. Flynn to Mertens. Punches it forwards. Bounces up to New. It's loose. It's a try. James Kerr's got the try. That might just about do it.
And that dramatic finish meant Todd Blackadder lifted a first Super 12 trophy for the Crusaders. The big news at the start of the 1999 season was that Jonah Lomu was now playing for the Chiefs.
Now Duggan, Jackson, Lomu, the big bloke's in.
His old team, the Blues, suffered a poor campaign, losing their final 4 games to miss out on the playoffs for the first time. And it was also a miserable season for the Bulls, although they came very close to beating the defending champions in Pretoria.
De Kock. Now chance here for the De Kock. He's gone clean through. What a wonderful scrum half break. That is a cracking try. And now that Canterbury are able to produce it, working the short side. This is a good run here by Ralph. He's a very elusive player, and it's a great run by the centre, and it's almost tit for tat the way he went through the Bulls' defences there. Then it was Goosen. This is Franco Smith. He's through, and that's try number 3 for the Bulls. Flynn MacDonald. Berryman missed it. Olivier, you're quite right. Here he goes. Can he? Won't outsprint them all here. But Marius Goosen. Now it's Marius Goosen and Soalo. Marius Goosen might win it. Brilliant defense by Soalo. Picked up nicely there by Somerville. Good build up this game by the Crusaders. Flynn nearly through, and McLeod is. This is where it's all going a little bit wrong for the Bulls. They need to control this ball. Here goes Jacques Olivier, and it was Marius Goosen who tripped up, and Soalato will take it through and all the way to the posts for the Crusaders. Otto. Who'd run this back train, Otto, Jacques Olivier, beautiful pass for Casper Steyn. Now, can he take on the opposition? Has he got the pace? The bounce of the ball is critical now. Steyn has it! Steyn has the try.
And this kick put the Bulls into the lead. Andrew Mertens was then given a chance to regain it for the Crusaders, but his radar was initially wayward.
Now is Andrew Mertens going to align himself for a drop kick attempt here, as the Crusaders decide to go from the back of the scrum. Mertens has. Now, can he get it up high enough? It's there. He's turned around. He threw his hands in the air, and Andrew Mertens may have snatched victory for his team. Well, that's the value of the player. De Kock, Ruben Creer, if this goes over, no, it's not going to go over. But what an idea by the Bulls captain. That's the ball game. And the Crusaders have snatched victory.
Yeah, well, we needed those 4 points really badly. If we'd have lost that one, we would have been in dire straits, I'd say. So we're just taking 1 week at a time. We go back next week and we play the Cats in Nelson.
The Crusaders won their next 3 games to sneak into the top 4 and take a playoff berth alongside the Reds, the Stormers and the Highlanders. And so the opening semi-final was in Brisbane, with first-place Queensland Reds taking on the Crusaders.
Here's Marshall. This is Hammonds. Queensland holding on. Marshall again. Here come the numbers. And the try opens up the Greg Fleek. Rauluni now. Reds lost ahead. Crusaders now counter-attacking. They have an overlap. Bad pass. It went back. Here's Calabreath. What a step. 3-on-1. McDonald. Ralph. Horan from behind. And Calabreath gets the second try for the Crusaders from their own goal line.
The game was temporarily held up by a four-legged fan, but once order was restored, Nathan Spooner managed to keep his composure.
Crusaders control it again. Mertens again. Here's Soalo. Williams. Couldn't put him to ground. There it is. For McDonald. They lead by 8. Soalo. So slippery. Surridge has had a huge game for the Crusaders, and Robertson gets try number 4.
And so the Crusaders into another final after hitting form at just the right time. The other semi-final was at Newlands, with the Stormers hosting the Highlanders.
That's the 10-metre line in Highlanders territory as Kelleher digs in. Now Brown, Wilson looking to join in, does so. Randall, intercept! Grayson, Braden Pulser. Kelleher now for Brown. It's Road Party. Here's a chance. Looking on the inside for Lima. Kick and chase. Montgomery held his ground, but Lima still going ahead of Leonard. Leonard and Lima. And let's see what the callers try given.
Well,
Brian Lima, terrific. Marker, 10-metre line. Release now for Kelleher. Brown starting to call the shots. Alatini slips a beautiful pass. Roby Road Party. This will be a super try when he finally scores it, which he'll do right now. Romy Ropati.
Right.
Taken away, Wilson slips it to Kelleher. Opens up for Byron Kelleher. And what a pass to Laney. And he gets it back in field. And isn't that appropriate?
33-18, the final score. And so the 1999 Super 12 final was held in Dunedin, with the defending champions, the Crusaders, taking on their fellow South Islanders, the Highlanders.
There it is for Kelleher. Oliver drags a few with him. Marker has a go at the line. He can't get there. Kelleher. Lima. He's got it down. Brian Lima, first try of the final. So the Crusaders have another chance. Maxwell and Blackadder get together. Feet wants it as well. They're still 15 metres short of the line here.
He's all right.
Greg Feet fights his way a few metres. Now they release it for Marshall. Mertens. And it's straight through for Daryl Gibson. Just opened up. And the Crusaders under the bar.
Stay on.
Surridge controlling in the back.
Stay on. Stay on.
Off to Soalo. Oh, he's done Lima on the outside. Here goes the little guy. Now the race is on. Soalo! What a try! Unbelievable.
Hands off, Blue.
So what do they do now? They really got to put a scrum down or kick it out.
Well, I feel I've got to get the ball a little bit wide of that 5-metre circle. Admittedly, everybody wanting to have a crack.
Here's Isi Tolabaka. Players running themselves to a standstill. Tronfeld out in centre field.
That's forward.
And it's a forward pass. Game is over. Crusaders have successfully defended their title. They're the Super 12 champions in 1999.
A second triumph for the Crusaders. Not surprisingly, the team to beat in 2000 were the Crusaders, but they had no intention of dropping the pace, winning their first 5 matches and looking as strong as ever, as the Bulls found out.
Jack doing a very good job on the lineouts. Mertens across to Robinson. Mertens is still involved. Now Taylor Ralph. Ralph for the line and a brilliant try.
Let him go, White.
Marshall lines up a big pass. Mertens shovels it on. And Ralph to the corner and he gets a second.
Right up you go. 10 metres. Play on.
Marshall, away he goes.
The bow's not 10.
Up for Mark Robinson. playing another advantage.
Advantage.
Marshall again as the line is there. It's Chris Jack. Crusaders on the end of a decent thrashing last week, looking to get back on track. Here's Mertens starting to run the show. Bounces up. Vernon Barker supports there. Cribb to Marshall. This is brilliant. Good work by Cribb. Oh, what a beauty. Now the captain, Meyerhofer up to Major. Robertson. That is absolutely feeble. So Ron Cribb. Marshall for Major. Meyerhofer's opened them up again. Robinson to Vernon Barker. Could go all the way. In fact, he will, really. They're not going to stop him from here.
Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Fairly slippery surface, particularly on the cricket block. Now Cribb knocked down again. Lancaster off to Vernon Barker. They don't seem to want to tackle that guy. And Daryl Gibson. And Caleb Ralph gets his hat trick. Here's Dallas Seymour with his speed. Goal line right there, and he carries on and scores it. Now Flynn once more. To Major. Vernon Barker looking to free the arms. Won't have to. Sets it 20 metres out. Opportunity for a last try here for the Crusaders, and it's a hat-trick for Vernon Barker.
75-27, the final score. Elsewhere, there was a big improvement from the Cats. They had finished in the bottom two in the previous 2 seasons, but in 2000 they looked much stronger, winning all their home games. And in Australia, the Brumbies had unearthed a new star with the emergence of Sterling Mortlock. In his breakthrough season, Mortlock scored 194 points, just 12 behind Andrew Merton's record of 206 from 1999. Mortlock would go on to kick a similar goal for the Wallabies to win the Tri-Nations later that year. He also contributed 4 tries from the centres. Largely thanks to the boot of Mortlock, the Brumbies topped the table, also making a playoff berth with the Cats, and completing the quartet with the Crusaders and the Highlanders, both for the 3rd successive year. The Highlanders travelled north to Christchurch for their semi-final in a repeat of the '99 final.
Roe Party tries to get through what has so far been a very tough defence to crack. Brown has a go. Tony Brown. McDonald's. Now, did he go high? I think he did. Still a chance as they play advantage. Ball popped up and the try scored by Simon Malik. Hurst for Cribb. Cribb! Ron Cribb! Big try for the Crusaders.
Get away, Black.
Been a fast-paced game this, and away goes Slade McFarland. Vernon Barker. Here's a big chest for Topolki, but this guy is so fast.
And the Crusaders proved too strong for the Highlanders. The second semi-final saw the Cats travel to Canberra to take on the Brumbies.
Swanepoel settling things down here. This is Labuskakny, 120 kilos, first season of Super 12. Esterhuizen, he got through Mortlock. The try's on here for the Cats. Yanni van der Walt. And that's a brilliant try. by the Cats. A big setback there for the Brumbies. Jim Williams then for Gregan. Here's Bartholomew's. Roth. Walker! Try number 13 for Andrew Walker. Something on the blind side here for Gregan. Ryan. Roth's with him. Must score. Joe Roth. The Brumbies will host the Super 12 Grand Final. Here's Mortlock. Mortlock is going to punish here. And what a time to arrive on the field for that man.
A straightforward win in the end for the Brumbies as they secured home advantage for the final. There was a good feeling around Canberra ahead of the final. They anticipated that home advantage would be decisive.
The crowd here are very parochial and one-eyed, so we very much enjoy playing in front of them, and you know they've been with us all year. We're certainly not looking to play anywhere else but Bruce Stadium. We love it.
However, if there was one team who were fearless of playing away from home, it was the Crusaders, having won the last two finals away from Christchurch. On a freezing night, the boot of Andrew Mertens edged the visitors ahead. But Sterling Mortlock kept the Brumbies in touch.
Somerville just peppering away in close, just outside the 22. Hurst, switch in play there from Mertens. Gibson got through the first line. Then Hurst again. Cribb, fullback to Beats. He's done this all season. Sensational try to Ron Cribb. So we have 17 minutes remaining in the game. David Giffen comfortably. Brumbies just working their heads. Can they get through this brick wall defence? Here's Smith. Straight through! The 19-year-old in the 19 jumper.
Two Mortlock penalties put the Brumbies in the lead, only for Andrew Mertens to regain it for the Crusaders.
It's only got to go under touch. The Crusaders have done it again in 2000. Well, that is a very brave victory.
More final heartbreak for the Brumbies as the Crusaders win by 1 point.
Oh, I don't know, you know, to win the Super 12 3 years in a row, mate, it's just beyond my wildest dreams, and it's just great to be a part of a team like this.
Concludes the official ceremony. Can I thank the people of Canberra?
After a hat-trick of consecutive titles, could anybody stop the Crusaders in 2001? Well, the answer was an emphatic yes. Inexplicably, they suffered a disastrous season from the minute they shipped 50 points to the Brumbies in their opening game.
Swanepoel reaches in. Handed on by Kun to Mayer once more. He goes straight through and he makes it. Eugene Mayer, and back come the Cats. Foss holding. Now the Blues start to regroup. Swanepoel away for Kun Meyer. In comes Delport. Chance out wide for Uman. And up go the hands of the Cats players.
There's a finger on it at the right time and no other problem.
Certainly no other hand there.
Thank you. Can I make the decision now?
And Louis Kuhn's penalty wrapped up the points. Meanwhile,
Van der Berg does well at the back. James, that's great ball for him. Straight through the middle goes Halstead. Glorious try. Again they go blind. They've got extra men. Once again they go blind. This is going to be a try. Empty Martins.
and so in the final standings, the Sharks finished behind the impressive Brumbies in second place. And for the first time since 1996, there were two South African teams in the top four, with the Cats in third. The first semi-final was an all-Australian affair in Canberra.
Down by 6 at the moment as Ben Darwin takes it ahead. To the short side they go. Roth. Over there is Jeremy Paul. Back on the inside is Roth, and now Gregan goes to support. The red jersey scramble across in defence. Giffen across to Larkham. Wide they go.
Try time, it's got to be.
Smith. Mortlock! Mortlock for the line, and he's going to score the try.
Mortlock's try came at a price as the Wallaby centre and Brumby top point scorer dislocated his shoulder sliding over the line.
Picked up Jeremy Paul, jumping over a Reds jumper there. And now it's Giffen getting very close. He's 1 metre out. Real pressure on the Reds defence. Here's Finnegan. Finnegan diving for the line. He got the ball down. Owen Finnegan scores the try. The Brumbies have more breathing space. Kefu, well to pass it off the ground to Croft, and now all of a sudden Stiles finds himself in the clear, and Eales looking for support.
Roth didn't fall for the dummy, and there's the turnover.
And Gregan just nudging it, looking for touch.
Oh, look out.
Graham Bond.
Oh, it stayed in.
Jeremy Paul. Oh. It's still play on. Jeremy Paul needs to pick it up. Jeremy Paul will score the clincher. The Brumbies are on their way to the final.
Meanwhile, in Durban, the Sharks took on the Cats in the second semi.
James into space. This is going to be a try. Well, there we have it. Charles van Rensburg, perfectly positioned. James, this time with a chip. Get it out quickly as the call. He's done that. Kaiser, outside. This could well be a try. Inside it goes. Have they made it? Yep, they have. Trevor Halstead, the scorer. Halstead standing flat. Right, was good running that by Trevor Halstead. He's got his timing right too. James looking to take his man on beautifully through. James along the outside. Stephen to Blanche. Try time.
All the Cats' points came from the boot of Louis Kuhn.
Downfield from Halstead. Charles van Rensburg looking for his third. Here they come. Another try. Warren Gritz.
so the final was held in Canberra, and there was going to be a new name on the Super 12 trophy. For the first time, the winner was going to be from outside New Zealand.
Inside the 22, the Brumbies, and it's Gregan now out to Jeremy Paul. He met some pretty stiff opposition though. Gregan, inside pass, Ryan. He gives it back to Williams. Gregan, Roth, Larkham. This is Holbert driving for the line, and at the touch and goal. Out and goal.
The first half dominated by the boot. 6-6 at the break.
Jeremy Paul finds Harrison. Great field position now for the Brumbies. The crowd really getting behind them. Holbeck evaded that tackle from Butch James, but they continue to drive it ahead. Now it's Jeremy Paul. Oh, what a ball! Joe Roth scores the try. Regan, he has led this team so well in 2001. And now it's Kafer.
Brits there at the breakdown for the Sharks, just smashed out of the way as Giffen takes it on. Great ball!
Joe Roth! Nobody in front of him! Joe Cool! He's got a double! Oh, it opened up like the Red Sea. They are delighted. 26-6, Andrews wins it, but it's a bit sloppy at the back there. There's some pressure on the Sharks, so trying to regroup here. And James, chance down!
36-6 the final score. Delight for Eddie Jones' Brumbies, and George Gregan became the first Australian to lift the Super 12 trophy. All the talk prior to the 2002 season was of a high-profile Australian Rugby League convert. The self-styled Big Dell swapped codes to try his hand at Union with the Reds.
Big, strong and fast, and it's one of those attributes, or a couple of those attributes that don't always work in Union, obviously in the 15-side game. We've had to work on my kicking, the passing game, and I think it's made me a better player in general. I was going to this year anyway, and long term, I'm just really glad I made the switch to Union.
However, it wasn't until his 7th game that the big winger broke his try-scoring duck with 2 against the Bulls.
The bounce is a good one for John Rowe. Good strong run. He's on there for Matt Coburn. It's a replacement. Coburn will not take any part in the second half. And now Flatley. Sailor's on the inside. Wendell Sailor. He's got a double. Hello, Sailor.
Elsewhere, the Crusaders had obviously been stunned by their poor performances in 2001. They returned better than ever.
So there's Aaron Major. Vida Barker.
In the final round-robin game, they put 96 points past the Waratahs, including a record 14 tries.
McDonald kicking for Ralph to run onto. Oh, it's done it again. Oh, goodness gracious. This is magic. Anything could happen here. Robertson's in the gap. And here's another one. Caleb Ralph down the left wing side. And the regain. Fantastic. Here's Marshall sniping again. Daryl Gibson. Vegan Barker. Try number 11 tonight for the Crusaders. Big defence, ball turned over. Here's trouble. They've only got about one defender here. It must be a try. And away goes Leon McDonald. Looking for Caleb Ralph again. And he picks up his 4th tonight, the 13th try scored by the Crusaders. Merton's back to Gibson. Good strength. Nathan Major. Here they go again. Leon McDonald.
The final score represented the largest winning margin in the history of the Super 12. And so the Crusaders became the first team in Super 12 to win all their round-robin matches, a less desirable record at the foot of the table, with the Bulls becoming the first team to lose all theirs. The first semi-final was an all-Australian affair in Sydney, with the defending champions visiting the Waratahs.
There's plenty of feeling out there, let me tell you. Now straight through the gap is Graham Bond. Bond dummying. Bond got away. Here's the first try of the semi-final. Graham Bond does it for the ACT Brumbies. Oh, that's it. They won't catch him. Staniforth, length of the field. They had numbers, but Staniforth just stole it. Scott Staniforth and the Waratahs are back. Larkham, Mortlock, Jeremy Paul, one to beat. Paul stepping, fending. Oh, what a try, Jeremy Paul! They've lost it. Turned over. And Walker just doesn't want to kick that out. He wants to chase. And he is chasing. Who's that? Is that Duncan McRae? McRae got back in his set. Walker pops it up. Harrison, he's never scored a try in Super 12. What a time to score his first Super 12 try. He's done it. Oh, he's taken him years.
A comfortable win for the Brumbies. Meanwhile, in Christchurch, the Highlanders took on the Crusaders.
Merton's probing. Now he finds McDonald. Could open up, and here's the first try. Mark Robinson for the Crusaders. For Kelleher. Now Walker looking for the strong runners. Steinmetz. They were really looking for Nicholas to try and bring him into the action. Now it's back for Jeff Wilson. Wilson's through. Just opened up, and under the bar he goes.
Thank you. Roll away tackler. Advantage.
34-23 it finished. And so the stage was set for a repeat of the 2000 final.
Marshall sends it off to Mertens, gets it wide, beautiful pass. Now Major. Supporters there from Robertson. Major back. 22-metre line, the Crusaders in full prime. Away goes Marshall. Robertson again, lovely pass. Thorne. Vernon back up in the corner. Best try in the final. Awkward for Mertens. Snapped up by Major. Carried on by McCaw. Had a great battle with George Smith tonight. They'll resume the battle, no doubt, later in the season. Marshall intercept. Andrew Walker's away. This is a big try, and he'll go under the posts. They're right back in it. 4 minutes left in the final. The throw's not good. Who wants it? Snapped up by Daryl Gibson, the veteran player. Marshall brings it out. Now Maxwell to Major. Lobs it across to Caleb Ralph. There's the Super 12 for 2002.
So cool, so calm, so collected. What a team. Crusaders nail it.
A fourth success in 5 years for the Crusaders. Blues finished with 10 victories from their 11 games, and joining them in the top 4 were the usual suspects, the Brumbies and the Crusaders, as well as the Hurricanes, who qualified courtesy of a 7-game winning streak. The first semi-final saw the Hurricanes take on the Crusaders in Christchurch.
Marshall once more, now Major. Marshall again sees the gap and then gets hit by Jerry Collins. Broomhall having a go for the line. Referee checks, and there's the first try. Ball turned over. Marshall again bounces off the foot of Nonu, and away goes Nonu. Delivers the pass to Ward, and a bit against the run of play, but the Hurricanes have scored. Now here's a Crusaders blindside move. They've still got the ball up off the ground here, going to the line.
Yes, try.
And that is a try. Spice. Flutie again. Just no gaps being left. Spice. Oh, knock on. Right in front of the post. Playing advantage. And the try is scored by Scott Robertson.
39-16, the final score. Meanwhile, in Auckland, the Red Hot Blues took on the Brumbies.
Oh, nicely done by Braid. McDonald. The young Blues forwards doing well. Now Spencer. Muliaina. Spencer. He's got Howlett with him. Devine! Steve Devine scores for the Blues. They're right out in front. Spencer switching it. Muliaina takes it back into the forwards. Mialamu tackled by Smith, who's getting through a power of work. Blues getting close, over!
Time out.
Spencer back and close to the forwards. Muliaina. Devine has a look on the short side. Oh, brilliantly done by Rico De Rocatoko. Now, McInally kicks ahead, and he's kicked into a lot of space here. It sits up for him. Damien McInally. Bartholomew's upended in the tackle by Rocatoko. Jeremy Paul has it. Vickerman. Roth. Danger here. Joe Roth. Such an important try at the start of the second half. Howard to Gregan. Throws a long pass across field. Here's another try coming up for the Brumbies, and it's Finnegan. Spencer onto Muliaina, trying to fend his man off, has done so. Muliaina! Brilliant try by Mills Muliaina.
A convincing win in the end for the Blues. And so a week later in Auckland, the final was held between the two most successful Super 12 sides. The Blues were after revenge for their surprise defeat here against the Crusaders in the 1998 final.
So Mark Hammett. This time it's straight to Brad Thorne. They've worked a move nicely to Hammett. He's got a man on the inside, Hammett. They join him in, and Hammett to the line. There's the first try.
Now we see this man, Spencer, really growing in mental strength.
Close to the touchline. Oops, there's a chance here for Mark Hammett. Bit untidy, but now it comes for Gibson. And very nearly again. Now Muliaina frees it up. Here's a chance. Gear. He's got Howlett on the inside. And Doug Howlett. Throw here for Darren Whitcomb. And he's nailed it first time.
I think that Gibson's in there driving on the ball.
Having a real go here with about 4 metres to go. To the line they go, the try is scored! They're out of the blocks very quickly, the Crusaders. He's run to the touchline, the game is over! The Blues have won the Super 12 title in 2003.
And so a third title for the Blues after 6 lean years.
It's been a long time since we've been here, but the boys are proud to have repaid your faith. This is your team, and this is our trophy. Thank you very much.
Crusaders trying to screw it, but going ahead with it now is the Blues captain Xavier Rush. Devine emerges with it. Spencer running across field now, pops it into a hole for Rupeni Thaldau. Oh, he's away! Now Major delaying the pass to his brother. Quick hands to Bullock and sets something up on the right wing for Kunwayo. Counter. Very close. Spencer, little dancing around, razzle-dazzle footwork in midfield, and he's got them up over halfway, and now it's popped out on the Crusaders side, and he says that's okay, Penny O'Brien, and here's Carter, heading for the corner, Two-Tippo coming across, can't stop him. Now Devine back at halfback. Now Rupeni going to have Kunwayo on, straight past him, straight past Alan Major. Gibson, Spencer, Rupeni Thaldau. He's done it again. 3 for the night. Marshall, crowd starting to find their voice again. Not a good pass. Intercept. Spencer, he got one last year at Albany, and he's going to get another one tonight. Five metres away, Mertens turning it back in field. Play advantage. Mertens again, on to play. And that'll do it for the Blues.
Elsewhere, there was joy for the Cats as they finally ended their 13-game losing run with a win against the Chiefs in Johannesburg. But the form team this year was clearly the Brumbies. They scored over 60 points against the Cats for the third year running.
There's a chance here. Larkham back on the inside. Gregan having a run. George Gregan back on the inside. Jeremy Paul into the Cats 22. Go the Brumbies.
Oh, wide out to the left is a try.
And here it goes. Chisholm over the top. Mortlock the captain. Tight time, Brumbies. That's what they can do to you.
And there was a milestone for George Gregan as he became the first player to play 100 Super 12 games in the Brumbies fixture against the Waratahs. However, the Brumbies suffered a rare defeat in that game. Lotte Tuqiri with the clinching try. In South Africa, there was a big improvement by the underachieving Stormers. They went into their final game against the Sharks, needing a win with a bonus point to make the playoffs. With time running out, it looked as though they may miss out on the bonus point, until Skalk Berger popped up with the crucial try. And therefore the Stormers made their first semi-final since 1999. Joining them were the Chiefs, making their first ever semi-final appearance, meaning that by 2004, all the teams had at least made one playoff. The Stormers' reward was a trip to Christchurch to take on the Crusaders, who had ominously never lost a semi-final. But they got off to a good start, with this try from DeWitt Barry putting them in the lead. However, new Crusaders star Dan Carter kept the home team in touch. The Stormers' brave resistance wilted in the second period, and the Crusaders took advantage. Justin Marshall with their first try. And although the Cape Town side stayed within touching distance, they were eventually finished off by a try from Caleb Ralph. (27-16) it finished. Meanwhile, in Canberra, the Brumbies welcomed the Chiefs.
Still there for the Brumbies, though. Finnegan! Couple of metres out. Great attacking opportunity. Advantage being played here. It goes out to Rugby. Yeah, Mordlock it is. Mordlock diving across. Giddo stepping. Got a great ball out to Jeremy Paul. The gap soon closed though, and it's still there. Cut out pass, Gerard for the corner. And Mark Gerard will score a great try. Didn't have much room to move over there. Didn't need the room. He's all class, and that's another try to the Brumbies. 10-3. Halfway mark. They go short. Did it go to Samo? Try time for the big man. What a try with Diki Samo. They went to the short, throw him, and he's played winger before for his club side.
The Chiefs' first semi-final ending in defeat. And so, for the third time in Super 12 history, it was the Brumbies against the Crusaders in the final.
Marshall giving it to McIntyre. Good defence though.
George Smith on it straight away.
And Larkham spotted the opening. Kicking and...
super nudge.
It's still there. It's still there. They're trying to get across the line. That's a try. Regan waiting for it. Short side they go. Paul back on the inside. Mark Gerard, one to beat. Mark Gerard scores a try. The Brumbies, talk about gallop, they're bolting. Crusaders. And that Brumbies defensive line comes up, and now they're playing advantage here for the Brumbies. To the short side they go. Numbers against Sabo. Holds it in the big mitt, still going. Gives it to George Smith. Kicking ahead. Who wins the race?
Gerard!
Mark Gerard, there's try number 4.
Oh, as Larkham gaps him.
That's not the way.
Stephen Larkham. Wilson! Joe Wilson, has he got the leg? Throws it back on the inside. Ditto will score! They're on fire! It's raining tries. The heavens have opened up with 5-pointers pouring down. Now McCaw! One to beat. Richie McCaw needs support.
That's 7th phase.
Marshall Quick hands, Vunambaka. Oh, great skill. Try. It's a try to the Crusaders. Stay back. Now it's Brad Thorne. They won't stop him. Big Brad Thorne crashes over to give them some hope. Still advantage here for the Brumbies. And Gregan gives it now to Roth. Tried the little grubber kick. Picked up by George Smith. And now Bartholomew! Roth's there! Roth! He's got the record! Joe Roth! That surely has won the title for the Brumbies. And he has scored 57 tries. He breaks Christian Cullen's all-time try-scoring record for Super 12. Fairy tales do happen.
The Crusaders made a spirited fight back, but they ran out of time, and so the Brumbies secured a second title. 2005 saw some innovative pre-season training, particularly by the Waratahs, who, despite boasting some of the top talent in Australia, had consistently underachieved in the Super 12. They were notoriously slow starters, and so for this campaign, coach Ewan McKenzie was determined for his players to be more than ready.
5 metres to the pole!
And they got off to a good start against the Chiefs.
Hewitt into scrum half. Is Harrison.
Oh, beautifully done, Harrison.
Dunning! Keeping it alive. Oh. Rogers on the far side. The kick by Rogers. Rogers!
Oh. That is freakish.
What a try!
The 2003 winners, the Blues, suffered a poor season in which their talisman, Carlos Spencer, was deemed surplus to requirements. He scored his last try in a blue shirt against the Reds. But it was the Waratahs who made the pace for once, and they broke their duck and finally beat the Reds in a Super 12 match. The surprise package were the Bulls, who finally brought their Currie Cup form to the Super 12.
De Kock, Du Toit, De Villiers. Oh, it was so nearly intercepted, and here goes Brian Habana. Will he go all the way? Oh, Dan Kotap doesn't tipple him over. Habana all the way. He's done it again. Leonard. Oh, he's away again. Body position perfect. And that is try number 9 in the Super 12 for the new hero of Securico Loftus. Roots Nell. JP Nell's in the clear. And he gets away from 2, 3 of them. What a try by JP Nell. That could just win him the Man of the Match award.
This massive win over the Stormers took them into their first playoff since 1996, under the guise of Northern Transvaal. They were joined in the playoffs by the Waratahs, the Crusaders and the Hurricanes. 3 of the bottom 4 were made up of the other South African franchises. And so the first semi-final was an all-New Zealand affair, with the Crusaders hosting the Hurricanes.
And it's turnover ball. Marshall fires it away. Here's a chance. They have to score. Rico Gear squirts out, and Chris Jack secures it for the Crusaders. McDonald comes away with it, turns it back in field to Marshall. Filippo heading off downfield, gets the pass away to Ralph. Gear, Somerville of all people, Hamilton, Crusaders at their best. Rico Gear takes it. He's got McDonald with him. McDonald moving up the middle. There's support there. Marshall firing it away. Rico Gear pops up. Slides the kick through. Loose. Awkward. That's another try. Well, they've certainly improved their line-out on last week. The Crusaders, they would have put a lot of work into it after one or two issues last week. Haven't really messed one up at all yet. Now Ralph puts the kick in. Hamilton's after it. He's got it. And it's another one. Well, he had all the time in the world, it would seem, at the end. And it's been turned over again.
Well, we're not going to see more. The trouble is when you run so many phases, you can sometimes run out of players.
Carter smashes it downfield, and Hamilton's after it, and Ralph's after it, and Rico Gear's after it. Gear gets to it first. Hamilton collects it. He's got a hat-trick.
And so, yet another final for the Crusaders. But the other fixture meant a new team would be in the final in 2005, with the Bulls visiting the Waratahs.
Halfway mark. And the Bulls have been able to dominate possession the last 5 minutes or so, and their big number 8 getting over the advantage line. Priya now Stain. And the kick is not a good one, but it's now the second one, could be. And Rogers is going back there. Oh, charge down! Try to the Bulls. Roots. Now Whittaker looking for a runner and finding David Lyons straight through. Lyons, run to boot. They covered him from behind. Over the 22 he goes. What a run. Lost forward though. Well, I'll tell you what, that was pretty good work by the Bulls if it was legal, because they really, was it a clean out or was he just deliberately taken out? But anyway, it's play on. Try!
That is freakish stuff.
Try to 2-0. Morgan it is, yes. Whittaker, Mackay, Gray. Nathan Gray over the line.
And so, a first Super 12 final secured for the Waratahs. But they were up against the Crusaders, who had again looked unplayable at times in 2005.
Down to Rico Gear. First touch for him tonight. Sets off across field. Saw a bit of a hole and breaks another tackle. Still going. Rico Gear. His form's been brilliant. Now the kick for Hamilton. Hamilton, will it sit up? It does. Oh, brilliantly done. To have a little drop kick at goal. Here it is. It's Major. And it is over. Dave Hewitt ready to pick it up and have a go. He does. They try and drive him over. Oh, he wants a look.
Let's have a little look. This is the second wave. Ooh, I think that's a try.
That's over all right.
Broomhall gets it away to Major. Nice manipulation off the ball. Some good dummy runners, and now Richie McCaw getting it off to Marshall. Getting it off to Ralph. Ralph gets it away to Gear. Fires it back in field. Leon McDonald. And another Super 12 title beckons for the Crusaders. Maybe a chance for the Crusaders to break out. Carter kicks downfield. The chase is on. It's Major. Major gets to it first. It's there for Caleb Ralph. to seal it.
The Waratahs rallied late on with Rogers reducing the deficit. But it was too little too late, and in Andrew Merton's and Justin Marshall's last matches, the Crusaders secured a 5th title in 10 years.